What do you think of the new boss? Do you mean Mr. Lee? Some people don't listen to him. Don't get me wrong. He seems like a pretty nice guy. His uncle is very unusual. My coworker is too loud. The new girl doesn't do any work. His parents are too strict on him. My brother is always in trouble at school. John is the best player we have. Harold comes from Canada. Luke has a very excitable nature. Paul thinks driving too fast is exciting. Sally doesn't like spicy foods. Dialogue 1. What do you think of the new boss?
Do you mean Mr. Lee?
Yes, that's right.
I think he's a pretty good guy, and that's his problem.
What do you mean?
I mean that he's too nice. He tries to be everyone's friend.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, except some people don't listen to him.
I don't think I understand.
He's too soft on people. That encourages some people to not do their share of the work.
Really? I never thought of that.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's a great guy.
He's just not cut out to be a boss.
Exactly.
Dialogue 2. Hey, where are you going?
I borrowed this CD from David. I'm going to return it.
He's got a lot of CDs, doesn't he?
Yes, and he's generous with them.
I've heard that about him. He seems like a pretty nice guy.
I think it's just his nature.
Actually, I've also heard he has a bad temper.
Really? I hadn't heard that.
Apparently, someone returned one of his CDs scratched, and he was really mad.
That seems reasonable. I would be mad too.
Yeah, I guess I would too. He just seems so nice. It's hard to imagine him being angry.
I'd better get going. I've still got to return this to him.
Are you going to borrow another CD?
Maybe I will. I'll see you later.
Dialogue 3.
Did you go to the party on Friday night?
Yes, I was there for a little while. Why do you ask?
Robert was there with a new girl I've never seen before. Who was she?
Oh, that was Alice, Robert's new girlfriend.
Really? How long have they been dating?
I think it's been about a month. She's very good for him.
That's nice to hear. Why is that?
He just seems happier with her than normal.
What is she like?
Oh, she's very nice, and she's the complete opposite of Robert.
They say that opposites attract.
It's certainly true in this case. She's very friendly, while he acts so serious. She's got a good sense of humor.
I guess they balance each other.
That's what I think. Maybe you can meet her tomorrow.
That would be nice. When?
They're both coming by after dinner to watch TV.
Okay, I'll come over.
Sounds good. I'll see you then. Dialogue 4.
Hey, where are you going?
Anywhere, just to get away from Barbara.
That's not very nice. Why do you say that?
Have you ever talked to her? Every word out of her mouth is about the environment.
I've noticed that. Is it that annoying?
Yes, it is for me. She lectures me about pollution and criticizes me if I don't recycle.
You should recycle.
I know. That's not the point. The point is that she's got a one-track mind.
I guess she is pretty boring.
Exactly. It's all she ever talks about.
So where are you going now to get away from Barbara?
The library, I guess. I'll see you later. Dialogue 5. How are you doing?
Not too good. My mother's in the hospital again.
Why? What's wrong?
Her heart is weak. She's getting older.
Who's her doctor?
Dr. Jenkins at Mercy Hospital.
He's my uncle's doctor. He's very good.
That's a relief. I'm glad to hear that.
He's very smart, and he's good with older people.
Yes, I've met him, and he seemed friendly.
With my uncle, he knew just the right thing to say, and he kept my uncle's hopes up.
That's a good thing to hear.
I'm glad I could help. You're in good hands with Dr. Jenkins. Call me if you have any concerns.
Thanks, I'll do that.
Substitution drills. 1. I think he's a pretty good guy, and that's his problem. I think he's a pretty good guy, and that's his flaw. I think he's a pretty good guy, and that's his weakness. I think he's a pretty good guy, and that's his weak point. 2. What's wrong with that? What's the problem with that? What's the matter with that? What's so bad with that? 3. He's too soft on people. He's too easy on people. He's too friendly with people. He's too nice to people. 4. I think it's just his nature. I think it's just his temperament. I think it's just his personality. I think it's just his manner. 5. He seems like a pretty nice guy. He seems like a pretty friendly guy. He seems like a pretty kind guy. He seems like a pretty decent guy. 6. I've heard that about him. I've noticed that about him. I've thought that about him. I've seen that about him. 7. How long have they been dating? How long have they been together? How long have they been going out? How long have they been seeing each other? 8. It's certainly true in this case. It's certainly true in this example. It's certainly true in this instance. It's certainly true in this situation. 9. She's got a good sense of humor. She's got a good sense of balance. She's got a good sense of timing. She's got a good sense of style. 10. That's not very nice. That's mean. That's unkind. That's insulting. 11. Every word out of her mouth is about the environment. Everything she says is about the environment. Every statement is about the environment. Every conversation is about the environment. 12. I guess she is pretty boring. I guess she is pretty dull. I guess she is pretty tedious. I guess she is pretty uninteresting. 13. Her heart is weak. Her heart is bad. Her heart is failing. Her heart is sick. 14. You're in good hands with Dr. Jenkins. You're in capable hands with Dr. Jenkins. You're in professional hands with Dr. Jenkins. You're in skilled hands with Dr. Jenkins. 15. Call me if you have any concerns. Call me if you have any problems. Call me if you have any difficulties. Call me if you have any worries. Monologue. Barbara is a common type of person. Like many people, she has one topic she is very interested in. For her, that topic is the environment. The environment is a growing concern in America. Many advances have been made, but America is still behind much of Western Europe in its environmental laws. One area which has changed drastically in America is recycling. Less than 10 years ago, recycling was barely heard of. Now it is as common as simply throwing out trash. Many homes recycle their goods, and all urban areas have recycling centers. It is even considered bad if one does not recycle.